Tonight's live guest is, as you see, Aquachigger. Say hello.
Am I supposed to talk now?
Yeah, you can talk now.
Oh, okay. Hey,
Yeah.
hello.
The few minutes
So,
of silence on our side has been broken.
hope the dog isn't bothering you too much in the
uh,
background.
yeah, it's alright. Yeah, how are you?
Good, good. I'm surviving. I have allergies or something right now, so I'm not
Oh,
real happy with that. You would think
yeah.
a season would be over, but I'm getting out a lot, doing a lot of metal detecting, making videos. So I'm happy.
Yeah.
Yourself?
I'm doing pretty well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah. I got
Yeah.
out like yesterday. Didn't find much, but hey, found a musket ball. That was all.
Well, that's not bad. At least you weren't skunked, right?
But the only thing I'm gonna say is when we hit 150 live viewers, we're giving away a half gram of gold.
Ooh,
Yeah. We have to hit
that's
them live
awesome.
viewers. Oh, we're giving away a pinpointer, a hat, and a what was it? A pouch. You wanna show the things up there? Yeah. Real quick, we're gonna show you what it is. We're giving away a hat and a patch. We are giving away a pouch, and we are giving away a pinpointer from XP. And if we hit 150 live viewers, we're giving away a half gram of gold. Which we're almost there already. We have 112 viewers. You know how long we've been trying to get rid of this gold bar?
I
It's
hope
like
tonight's the night.
the one night my dad was like, "You just want to give it away?" No. It's yeah, we've had this thing for a while. So, hope I'm not looking. Yeah. So yeah. Now let's get into the interview. So first question's like, about you. How did you get the name Aquachigger?
Gee, that's a long story. But I do have to credit my good friend Dan Frezza. He kind of gave it to me in a roundabout way. It's a long story. It's a long story. Um, there's an insect in the water that kind of bites you. It's called
Yeah.
swimmer's itch, and it's a lot like a chigger bite,
Oh.
and that they scratch like crazy for days. And I was trying to explain it to Dan, and it's kind of like it's like chiggers that are in the water. He says, "Oh, like an aqua chigger." I thought about, woo, that's a good one right there. So it
Yeah.
kind of stuck, and it's been quite a few years. But yeah, that's how I got the aqua chigger name. Good old Dan.
Nice. Yeah, well,
Yeah, yeah.
it's funny. I bring people on there, and I'm like, "How'd you get your nickname?" And they go through this whole story. I'm over here like this. Man, I wish I had a cool story for my nickname.
Well, the thing is with nicknames is you can't give them yourself. You can't make your own up. You have to earn them.
Yeah.
And so, it seems like every hobby I get into, I earn some kind of nickname. But at
Yeah.
least Aqua Chicker's unique. You know what I mean? There's no
Yeah.
other Aqua Chickers out there. So that was a good one.
Yeah. It was just we're at a table thinking, what'd be a good name for our show? Think with Matty. Done. Got you into metal detecting.
Oh, gee, I tell you, I've always been interested in finding old stuff and treasures since I was a wee little lad. So I think it was just an outgrowth of going out in the woods when I was a just tiny kid looking for things. Chicken eggs in the barn, stuff like that.
Yeah.
And I grew up in the Shenandoah Valley of West Virginia, which was a big area for Civil War relics, and so there were a lot of relic hunters in my general area. So I think that's probably how I really got exposed to it. And
Nice.
some of the old time relic hunters too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What got me mainly into detecting was that like my dad was into like detecting. And I picked up the machine. I was like, man, this thing's heavy. But hey, there's numbers on it.
Yeah, and they can find things you can't see,
Yeah.
which is kind of cool, because you can find a lot of stuff just looking. You really can, but having that detector actually, gives you a lot more.
Yeah.
And you can solve. It's just fun. I just have always enjoyed it since I started back in the '70s, probably before your time, 1970s.
I'm surprised they didn't just call it the metal X-ray.
Yeah, you never know.
Yeah.
you know.
What what is the Chigs Army?
That I'm not sure. It's just kind of something that grew out of my YouTube channel. Some fans were just kind of like calling themselves the ChiggsArmy. Again, it's not like a name I made up. It just
Yeah.
kind of just grew, and I'm not sure. It's just I guess a bunch of like-minded people that enjoy what I do and enjoy the same types of things that I do.
Yeah.
And so I don't know, ChiggsArmy. Why not?
I mean,
It's a lifestyle. It's a fun outdoorsy lifestyle group, I guess.
yeah. It's sort of
Yeah.
like one of my dad's nicknames that just people gave to him called Matty's daddy.
Well,
I mean, his nickname is Jersey Digger, but every so often you
yeah,
have someone's like, "Hey, it's Matty's daddy."
right.
Yeah, just as
That's
like a
cute.
joke.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Well, it's all about having
Oh,
fun. You have to have fun with it.
man. Well, we're giving away the gold. We
Did
hit
you hit it?
151.
Woo!
Yay, one less thing to count.
151. That's a number I remember from somewhere a long
Yeah,
time ago.
that's just in the one feed.
For you, well,
That makes me
with
wonder
back
what
up
the
it right now.
final. Here's the thing with Facebook. There's like multiple different feeds that are all linked to this one from like shared groups.
Oh,
But when you end the feed, it ends them all. And underneath the thing, it shows you what the complete feed number was, how many people were
oh,
watching.
okay.
Like it'll say like maybe 50 people watching on here, but all together it was like 1,000. I don't know why Facebook does that, but
Yeah.
I wish it did something other than that. I can't wait to see what the number is after this.
Stick with it, man. Stick with it.
Yeah. So, how long have you been detecting for?
Oh, like I said, I got my first metal detector, which was kind of a family metal detector because I had a bunch of brothers back in the mid 1970s. So that's a long time. Can't do the math right now, but probably older than you, I
In the
would
mid
think.
1970s, you said?
Yeah, yeah, mid
I mean, it's not
1970s.
older than my dad, but. Ah, okay. So you said you had a family detector that that you used?
Yeah, yeah, it was one my mother bought for the boys. It was a bounty hunter, in fact.
Ah,
Can't remember which model it was, but it was one of the big boxy ones and kind of state of the art back then. I still have it, and it works kind of.
nice.
But yeah, so that's where I kind of first got my start. I didn't metal detect every year of my life because I had other things going on naturally.
Yeah.
But that's when I
You
started.
already told us what your first detector was. You said it was a bounty hunter, sorta? And what's your current detector?
Right now, I'm favoring the AT Max, the Gear AT Max. I really like it because it's done very well for me, and I can take it in the water, on land. I don't have to worry about the rain, and yeah, I just really like it. So that's what I've been using mostly.
Yeah, I've heard some good things about the machine. Right now,
Yeah.
I'm using the Equinox because it's lightweight, works. I
Mhm.
like it.
Yeah, yeah. Again, I've heard a lot of good things about that as well, and a lot of people are using it.
Yeah. So, what's your favorite relic?
Favorite relic? I'm going to tell you, I don't really. Yeah, usually it's like, "What's your favorite find?"
Yeah,
I can say my wife, but
because
you didn't ask that one right. I can't
we
say that if you're saying relic.
we knew you were gonna say if we
I
asked you
know.
that.
I can't say I really have a favorite thing that have found. I kind of lean toward it and really appreciate, I think, more the relics that I find that you can tie it back to a certain person, like the Civil War relics, like the ID discs or
Yeah,
badges that have the guy's name on it, so you can research them, or other artifacts that might have the name carved in it that you can actually research the guy. I think that's my favorite type of artifact because
yeah,
you can really do a lot with it. It's more than just a beautiful belt buckle. It's a beautiful belt buckle that you can tie to the soldier and get his pictures, family history. I think that's just wonderful.
yeah. Like when you find we had at our one spot we'd have what's it called? We'd find mail plates, and it'd say like the address of different people.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. We had a little contest to see who could find the address of someone who lived the farthest away. And at the moment before I got over to the area, it was from Vancouver. I get over that was owned by my dad. I get over there, dig a single one, and it's from California.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
And it's like I think California is a bit farther than that one.
Yeah.
Yeah. How about this? What's your oldest relic?
Well, I can't say my wife, can I?
No, you can't say your wife.
I've been digging over, in Europe a lot. So I have a lot of really old stuff. I have coins that date from, 50 BC. Well, actually, 200 BC is probably my oldest coin that you can date, and artifacts from the Bronze Age and stuff. Thousands of years old. Um, but yeah, so I got to have some old stuff.
Uh,
Well, yeah, it's a hard hunt. There's a
yeah.
lot of people, and it's a hard hunt.
Yeah, it's a hard hunt.
Yeah.
My oldest find is from 1774.
No, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that. We were colonies back then, so
Yeah.
that's good. It's really good.
Yeah. Compared to like Europe though, I was like, I found a 50s coin. Oh, really? I meant 50. It's like,
It's different. It is
yeah.
very different.
Yeah.
The span of the ages over there compared to of course, we have old artifacts here. We have the Indian artifacts that you can find. We have the copper culture artifacts that are up near the Great Lakes, and those are thousands of years old too. And those are beautiful artifacts that they were making back then.
Yeah.
So we do have them. You just have to go to certain areas to find them, really, over here.
Yeah. You know a great place to detect would be?
Where's that? The moon?
Egypt.
Egypt, yeah. Yeah, there's a lot of history in Egypt.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to go over there right now. I actually did have the opportunity some years ago, back when it was safe, to go over there, and we had to crawl through the pyramids and stuff, and these little tiny tunnels, and it was really cool. And you could just see their stuff everywhere on the ground.
Yeah.
We had tour guides, and they were like trying to have us pick up all their stuff and take it with us. And I'm like, I don't think we should be doing that. Oh no, take it, take it.
Yeah.
Only I want to try to get out of the airport with half the relics of Egypt in my bag.
Yeah.
But yeah, it would be a really cool place.
Yeah. Um, I have a list of like questions here because I can't just remember 30 questions in my head. So if you see me looking this way, I'm just find the next question, all right? Yeah.
I'm cool with that because I can't remember like two questions. So
Yeah. What is your favorite type of detecting? I know the name
uh,
probably says it,
yeah,
but
I really like the water, getting in the rivers, and yeah, I think it's probably the river hunting that I do. And I think it's more so, there's a lot of stuff in the rivers, a lot of stuff on land, but there's something about when you're in the water and you get a signal and you can look down and just see something laying there on the river bottom, or just fan a little bit with your hand. All of a sudden, the artifact appears and it's like in beautiful shape. It's not all crusty and you have to clean it. I mean, it's like when the soldier dropped it.
yeah.
I think that's a lot of the allure to actually being in, doing the water hunting like that, because it's just, when you see it, it's just bam. I mean, it's just beautiful. It's right there. You're not like trying to figure out what it is. Getting the dirt off of it.
Yeah. When you like go in like we don't go in a lot of rivers over here detecting,
Mhm.
but we go out in the bay or like a lake or pond.
Right.
When you get the stuff in like there, it comes out nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, it just usually is quite, it's just like when it was dropped when you find it in the water.
Yeah.
So I think it's one of the reasons I really like water hunting. And it's fun, it's just fun being splashing around especially in the middle of summer when it's really, really hot, and you don't want to be out in the woods with the mosquitoes and spiders.
Yeah, that
So,
is.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Now, this one's not a question, it's a statement. It's from a Canadian friend of ours. He
Okay.
says,
Hey.
you are officially an honorary hoser."
Awesome.
Is
I guess. I don't know.
is that right if I say who it was? Can you guess who it was?
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, I don't want to guess.
He said he doesn't want to guess.
I suspect I know who
Should I
did,
tell
but
him?
it's
Have you ever heard of a man named DJ Dowling?
yeah, of course.
Yeah.
I suspect it was him.
Yeah.
He's a good guy. I really enjoy him. He's a lot of
I
fun.
would go detecting with him. Just I don't want to come out with like a jacket full of bugs. Yeah. So what is a funny or scary experience that happened to you while detecting?
Oh, it's funny or scary. That's like both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah.
I guess we should just go with funny, I guess.
Yeah. I guess.
I don't know. I mean, so many things do happen when you're out there.
Yeah.
I mean, I've had a scary thing. Probably the scariest thing was when I was really getting into water hunting, almost drowned in the river
Oh.
because I didn't know how to swim. I could barely swim. You know what I mean? And I was water hunting and almost drowned. And that day, when I survived, I said to myself, I will learn how to swim. And within a week, I taught myself how to swim. So
Nice.
that was a really scary. That was really scary.
Yeah.
And I would encourage anyone who does water hunting to learn how to swim, or at least learn how to float. Really, that's all you need
Yeah.
to do is learn how to relax and just float on the surface. If you can do that, you're fine.
I don't know if a lot of people know this, but I don't really know how to swim right now. I'm
A
I'm a four
lot of people don't
it's
know
like
how to
it's
swim.
like I'm a 14-year-old kid. I don't know how to swim. I don't know if that's just embarrassing or disappointing. But
Well, it's. I think it's typical, really. I think a lot of people don't know how to swim, and
yeah.
I encourage you, and I encourage everyone else who might be listening, to get in the river next year or a pool or something, and learn how to float. If you can just learn how to lay on your back, take a deep breath, and stay on the surface and relax, you'll survive.
Yeah.
If you get into trouble somewhere, you'll survive. The swimming can come later. Just learn how to float first. And it's easy. I mean, it's really, really easy. Just keep a lot of air in your lungs at all times and breathe shallow off the top.
Okay.
No one really explained that to me,
Yeah.
and how to flow. I kind of figured it out myself. But yeah, so I encourage you to do that seriously.
Yeah, I'll learn how to float and during the summer next year.
Yeah, yeah. I can wait
Yeah.
till summer. But I'm gonna check up on you, and then I'll be testing you later on.
Yeah.
I'm not
I mean,
gonna
I
push
know
you
how
off
to
the dock.
swim. I don't know how to float. There we go.
Yeah, you need to learn how to
Yeah.
float.
I need to learn how
You
to
know,
float.
yeah, because you can get tired swimming and drown, but if you don't get tired floating, you know what I mean. You can
No.
pretty much float forever once you learn how to relax.
Yeah. So do you have any like a story you want to tell us about like a detecting experience?
Oh, gee,
I should have told you about this
see,
earlier.
I don't know. No, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I got a million stories, but I don't remember any of them.
Uh,
You know what I mean?
yeah.
Um,
I mean, if you don't
but
have any,
there,
you don't have to say.
yeah, I don't have anything just offhand. And if there's anybody has questions about something like that, I mean, you know, maybe I can remember something. But yeah, nothing in particular. I like
Yeah.
the story about learning how to float, though. That's a good one.
Yeah, it's a good one.
We'll stick with that one, okay?
Okay. Yeah. Um. So now this question I ask it to everyone that's been on my show, but today, usually it's the hardest question that I ask people, but today,
Uh-oh.
right now, it's the second hardest. I have a harder
Uh-oh.
one coming up later.
Oh no.
So, do you want to know what the question is?
Yes, I would like to know is that the question?
No,
That's
no,
easy.
that's not the question.
Oh, well.
The question
Sure.
is, do you like pizza?
Yes, very much so.
Okay, you passed. No, yeah, that's the question.
Yeah, well, that
Yeah,
was easy.
I asked that to everyone that's been on my show, unless they've been
Really?
on again. Like, unless they've been on multiple times, I ask them something
Yeah.
different with it. But
Do most people like pizza?
yeah, I've had a few exceptions, DJ. But
Really?
what?
I wouldn't have guessed that.
You know what? Let's do a giveaway. Let's do let's do a giveaway. I have a feeling that when I get the bucket, it's like a bucket this big. It's usually fill up like this much. It's gonna be full. Yep, it's full. Now I'm kidding. So, if you entered, you have a chance to win our first giveaway. I know you can't see my hand, but I'm pointing towards it. It's a Dig It Adventures hat and patch. Now I'm gonna shake up the bucket. Gonna put my hand in, look away. And the winner is Melissa Rub Stokes. Are you here? Melissa Rub Stokes. Oh no, Melissa Rob Stokes. Let me hand this bucket back over here. Yeah, so while we're waiting for them to get back to us, I guess we could just keep talking. Just so you know, keep in the back of your mind, later I have a harder question for you.
Yeah, okay. Well, if it's like the pizza question, I'm not worried.
Yeah, it's sort of like that. Just it's more in depth. So now that we got done with the first like part of the interview about metal detecting, let's get into magnet fishing. Because I know you do a lot of
Yeah.
that.
Hmm.
So what got you into magnet fishing?
I think it's just a natural outreach of metal detecting. Sometimes, especially in the water, you can't really get in the water to retrieve stuff. And a lot of what I'm doing now is actually floating on the river and looking and seeing things that normally you couldn't get to, but you can drop a magnet down there and grab it. And of course, I love artillery shells, which are big, heavy iron things, and
Yeah,
magnets love them. They stick to them, and so it works very well with that, and guns and all kinds of stuff.
yeah,
But yeah, I'm not really sure. Other than no, I can tell you what. Let me back up a little bit. Probably in the very beginning for the magnet fishing was when I put a magnet on the stick that I was using when I was metal detecting in the water. Because you have a pick, and I put a big magnet on the end so that I didn't have to always reach down so much to pick up different iron signals. And you can also use the magnet like as a pinpointer. If you get big iron signals in the mud, you can push it back in the mud and it'll stick to it.
yeah,
And having used magnets like that, then of course the next step would be, well, put it on a rope and pitch it out in the water.
yeah,
I think it's kind of how my thought process evolved.
yeah,
So I've been using magnets for many, many, many years. I mean, long before you could buy a magnet with a hook on the end of it. I mean, those didn't exist
yeah,
until more recently.
yeah. You want to
Um,
know what's funny about the reason we started magnet fishing?
what?
I was here and I hear my dad watching a YouTube video or not. Comes in and he's like, "Do you know what magnet fishing is?" No. It's where it's where you tie a really strong rope to a really strong magnet and you throw it into the water. You find stuff. I was like, "Oh, sounds interesting." You know what? Later, it turns to come to find out that he was watching your video.
Ah, really? Awesome. Yeah. Well, it's kind of fun too, because you never know what you're going to hit.
Yeah,
And you can do it in the winter when you can't get in the water, or if the water's really disgusting, you can magnet fish anytime. So,
yeah,
it's really fun, and I think a lot of people enjoy it.
yeah. So here's the thing: when you run a show, not everyone that you say, "Hey, you're winning free stuff's not gonna is gonna pop up." You know what I mean? Gonna check one more time to see if they're here. If they're not here, we're gonna pull out a new name. We give them a decent amount of time to respond. We have. Oh, you gotta be kidding me. You gotta be kidding me. Mr. Doug Bowden, are you here? For those of you who don't know who Mr. Doug Bowden is, he comes on here every so often, watches, types the number 23 in chat. The usual for a person. Don't mind the fact that I was like, oh, come on, Mr. Doug Bowden. Now we have to wait for him to say, hey, I'm here. We used to do a thing where we'd have 1 through 25 boxes, and they'd have to choose a box that they wanted to get the prize out of. Every time he got picked, he'd say, I want the 23rd box. That's sort of like his number.
Oh, okay.
I don't know why, but that's his thing.
Lucky number, yeah.
Yeah, I think it's lucky number probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, oh, so now we're just gonna be waiting on Doug. I guess we're waiting on him. Oh, never mind. He's here. Congratulations, Doug Bowden. I'm pretty sure you still have to get your information out to us so we can send it out to you, your hat and patch. Just so you know, guys, these are a brand new 2020 Dig with Matty hat and patches. Mwah. Perfect. Yeah. Just put that out there. What do you want from me? Okay. Okay, so, how long have you been magnet fishing for?
Oh, I'm not sure really. I mean, I first put the magnet on the stick many, many years ago. I don't know, decade. I'm not sure really. I'm not really sure.
Wow. That's
Yeah,
a
I mean,
long
I
time
guess I have to
ago.
look at my. I guess I could look at the videos and figure it out. But yeah, I spent at least 10 years. Again, it was before you could even buy anything like with the hooks already on them and stuff. I had
Yeah.
to. You could buy the magnets. They were just like cylinders, and you'd have to glue them into something else, and glue something that you could put a hook on, so you could tie a rope
And hope
to.
that's
It
strong
was a long
enough.
time ago. Yeah, exactly. A
Yeah.
lot of times it wasn't. I learned the hard way that there's certain types of adhesives you don't use, mostly water soluble adhesives, because when they get wet, they just come loose. I
Yeah.
lost a few magnets before I figured that one out.
Yeah.
But yeah, so it's been a while. I don't know exactly how many years though.
Wow. We started
Yeah.
magnet fishing like in the middle of, not in the middle, like maybe the beginning of this year.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So what have you found?
Let's see, what have I found? Um, I'd say the best day that for us, we went out to a local lake. We pulled
Mhm.
out a few fishing rods.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. Have you ever found one of those while magnet fishing before? Fishing rods?
Fishing rods? Oh, sure. Yeah.
Yeah. I know
Yeah.
you've been.
People lose those pretty easy, and they do have quite a bit of metal on them that the
Yeah.
magnet will stick to. So.
And then here's the thing. I found a pair of pliers and they're on for like
Mhm.
fishing on there. And my dad's like, "Hold on, put it back in the water so it look like we like just pulled it out because content." So I put it back in the water, pulls out the phone, he starts recording. I pull out the magnet and it's gone. And I'm like this. Put it back down, pull it back up, it's still not there. And I'm like, oh.
Yeah, that happens. One of my most interesting stories with a magnet, I think, I actually had this on video, and I was detecting in a creek, and the magnet was on a stick. I got a big iron signal. I said, "Well, let's see what it is." Hit it, brought it up, and it was a piece of plow. And as I was holding it, it fell off into the water, back into my feet. So, I said, let me grab that again because I was explaining something about plows.
Yeah.
I reached out and pulled it back up again, and there was an artillery shell.
Oh.
Yeah, so that was pretty freaky. And it turned out there was a bunch of artillery shells there. They just happened to be a plow that was there with it that I
Yeah.
hit first.
And
So
then
that's my interesting story, I think.
yeah.
I got live on video too, so that was pretty cool.
Nice.
Yeah.
Um, so what type of magnet do you use when you magnet fish?
Well, you got to get the. It's hard. Pronunciation. I want to say neodymium, neodymium, but those are the rare earth magnets that you see online. It's really super strong magnets.
Yeah.
I've been dealing kind of with a company, Wukong. They've been, I think, the strongest magnet that I've ever used, and I've used that in a few of my videos. You've seen it. Well, I've got a magnet fishing video coming up probably tomorrow night, next night, where I find an artillery shell, and
Nice.
yes, they're really good. Magnets nowadays are not like the magnets when I first started.
Yeah.
When I first started, we were using like magnets out of speakers, and your stereo speakers, because you couldn't really buy nice strong magnets. They're nothing like they are today. Today they're just like really scary, strong, especially the big ones. You can hurt yourself with them pretty
Yeah.
quick.
You ever see the things with the like experiment where they have like a fake hand that has like it's meant to it has like the same strong it's like as strong as a regular hand. They put it in between two super strong magnets. He goes, now here's what would happen if you actually put your hand in between. The second magnet comes down and goes
Yeah, I've never seen that,
yeah,
but I can believe that. But I did make a video many years ago doing the same thing, except I used like a banana or something. They stole my idea, I bet. I
yeah,
bet they did. I have to check the publish dates on those videos.
yeah, I have to check that out. What type of rope do you use?
Ah, nothing special.
Okay.
Well, no, I take it back. I take it back. I tell you what I've been using now is the kind of rope that you buy at like Wally World or Walmart or whatever for the skiers use, like
Oh,
the for towing behind boats.
yeah,
Those are really strong, and they have little floaties on them. So if you like lose it, you can get it back. And that's kind of what I've been using lately. They
yeah,
seem to work very well. I don't have no fear of it breaking,
yeah.
and they're nice, strong ropes.
We have this rope where it's like it's three ropes that are all like binded together,
Hmm.
but each one of those three ropes is another three ropes binded together,
Ah,
and
good.
it's like I think it lifts up to like 30, 50 pounds. But when you have a 500-pound magnet with a like 50-pound rope, you stick the magnet to something that's like not gonna pull up too easy. It's like either I'm coming up with the find or I'm coming up with just a rope. Yeah,
Yeah. You have to use a strong enough rope for sure. And I
yeah.
tell you, those big magnets, like the big one that I'm using now, I actually got it stuck to a bulkhead or, along the river, steel bulkhead that was really clean. Could not get it off. I
Ah,
mean, I had to get in there with a canoe and a hammer, and I got a couple screwdrivers trying to pry it out, banging on it.
yeah.
Actually flipped over into the river doing that off the boat. That's a great story.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah,
good story.
it was a good story. I wish I could tell you more, but you got to be careful with the really strong ones. They will stick to clean metal. I mean, you can't get them off.
Yeah.
I couldn't get it off. I just could not get that thing off.
Yeah, we went to like one of the
Yeah.
bridges near our house, so we just threw it in. And it got
Yeah.
stuck to a piece of metal that was like drilled into the ground. And we're trying to pull it out. You know? And we don't
Yeah.
have like any sort of like device to get into the water where it is.
All right. Yeah, there are
Eventually.
a couple really cool tricks though for that, and I should do some videos on that and how to retrieve magnets to get like weirdly stuck like that.
Yeah.
Did you get it back?
Yeah, we got it back.
No. Okay. Good.
Yeah.
He push you in.
No. We didn't we just stayed on land. Eventually my dad goes and he
It
got
came
it.
loose good.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I'm sure there's a lot of magnets lost every day. People getting hooked up on stuff like that.
Yeah. So where what kind of areas do you go magnet fishing?
Oh, I mean, you want to go places where that people have been,
Yeah.
where people go, so where people will lose things. So like fishing piers are always great, and places where they put boats in the water are always good because people getting in and out of the boats are dropping stuff left and right. Under bridges is really good, except that a lot of times there's a lot of rebar and stuff from the bridge construction,
Yeah.
but people would throw stuff off bridges. Guns, cannonballs, anything like that. They'll throw it off a bridge. So those are the kind of places I like to look for.
Yeah.
Um,
I mean,
yeah,
it's pretty cool when you go magnet fishing and you pull up an old 1700s gun. It's not so cool when you throw your magnet down and come up with a M9. It's like,
magnet fishing. Boy, I don't know. I mean, if I found artillery shells with him, so I guess I'm gonna just. I don't have any single relic.
I know we just bought the best computer ever, but for some reason our computer can't handle the amount of people watching. What's going on?
Can't handle the chig.
We can't handle the Chig. No. We're 40 minutes in. Don't do this to us. It's like fetching. I hope not. I hope we don't have to do a second part.
Acting up.
Yeah. Hold on, give us a second. Is it okay on yours, Dad? Oh, okay. I mean, if it's still going, we could just keep going. Alright, so seems like everything's still going good. Disaster averted. So, we're just gonna keep going on with the stream. Something over here is going on. Um, do you have, what is your oldest relic that you found while magnet fishing?
I don't know. I mean, that's really hard to say because, most things you find are just iron.
Yeah,
So it's probably not going to be that, it might be a couple of 100 years old, maybe an axe.
yeah,
That's probably what it's going to end up being, but nothing I could really easily date other than artillery shells from the American Civil War, which, are about 155 years old.
yeah,
That's about the best I can really do for dating that kind of stuff.
yeah. Hold on, is anyone in the comments saying there's a problem? Oh, in the comments. Okay. Disaster averted,
Yeah,
so.
they'll let you know in the comments if something
Yeah,
happens. Yeah, pretty quick.
yeah. Like I remember when we were first doing the show, we had a camera that was hooked up to a small little laptop. The camera would pixelate on us.
Mm,
You ever see like those 8-bit games? I would look like Mega Man.
yeah.
It would like pixelate on us. And everyone in the chat's like, I don't think that's supposed to happen.
Yeah,
Type,
exactly.
type. Yeah.
Yeah.
So, what's a funny or scary experience that happened while you were magnet fishing?
Hmm. Well, I guess the scariest and funniest was I already told it though. That's when I fell out of the canoe
Ah,
retrieving a magnet.
yeah.
That was the scariest and the funniest if you had been there. But yeah, that was probably it. So you have to come up with another question.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of good magnet fishing stories,
How about
except for that one.
yeah. How about this? Do you have any tips for magnet fishing?
Yes, go early and go often.
Yeah.
And make sure you put something on the end of your rope where it attaches to the magnet, like a little cone, so that your magnet doesn't get stuck in tree branches and things. That's
Ah.
probably the number one tip. I mean, it's so easy to get a magnet stuck in tree branches and things like that
Yeah.
because the rope goes up and gets caught in the fork and it's gone. You can't get it out.
Yeah.
And I have a video or two up, I think, where I show how I make a little cone for it. I think it's probably the best tip I can give for magnet fishing if you want to keep your magnet.
Yeah. I
And be
remember.
careful where you throw it. Don't go throw it out in a bunch of
Yeah.
trees
Don't
because
go in
you'll
the
never get
middle
it
of the
back.
forest and be like, "Here's a good spot." Well, there's not
Yeah,
even a river there.
right. Yeah. Well, you never know, but
Yeah. So, you know what? Let's do a giveaway. Let's do a giveaway. Cause the next question I have for you is a story about magnet fishing, but oh, okay. If anyone sees the winner, comment, let us know. So here's what we're gonna give away. We're giving away an Omega Mill pouch. Thank you, Omega Mill. Thank you, Omega Mill, for donating that. Um, pass over the magical bucket. Just gonna pick out a random name. Oh, we got a name. James Polly the Third. Are you here? James Polly the Third. One time we did this one contest, not like one of the ones for a live show, but like something that happened, but like for like online before the show, just like an offline thing, sort of. So the person we were interviewing entered into it because it had to do with the YouTube channel that we have. I'll say about the YouTube channel later. But anyways, they entered, and we were gonna announce the winner on the show.
mhm.
We pull it out, and I don't know if you know who Sergeant Whitey is, but well,
I've heard the name, but I
yeah,
don't know him now.
he won, and I pull it out. I'm like. Uh, like con like confused.
Right. I see people.
Yeah. I accidentally elbowed the thing behind me for a second there.
Yeah,
Hmm? Hey, he's here. Congratulations, James Polly the Third. Get your information out to us, and we will send out your prize. Slide this under here real quick. So, back to the interview. The next thing I was supposed to ask you, well, tell you was that you're an honorary hoser, but we said that early. Yeah. So yeah, you're an honorary hoser.
That's awesome.
Compliments of DJ Dowling.
Yep.
Yeah.
He's quite the character.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he's quite he's
Yeah.
quite the guy. Oh yeah. Stay tuned, guys. We have two more giveaways at the end of the show. We're giving away a pinpointer, and we're giving away a half gram of gold. That's pretty
What's
good.
your half gram of gold? Is like a little vial
It's a
or what
little,
is it?
it's a little bar.
Oh, a bar. Okay,
And
cool.
apparently it was made in Istanbul. I don't know about that, but
Yeah.
Istanbul, not Constantinople. Yeah.
Exactly.
So for you know, so anyways, do you have a like YouTube or Facebook or some sort of social media you want to talk about real quick?
Me?
Yes.
No, not really. I do that all day long. That's
Yeah.
no, no. I mean, obviously, I have a YouTube channel and I do
Yeah.
have a Facebook channel, and that's about it, really. Oh, Patreon.
Yeah. Make sure you guys go check
Yeah,
that out if you haven't already. For all
yeah,
1 million of you who haven't.
yeah.
Well,
It's
well,
really tough with the social media stuff, for me because you get so many get so many questions and comments, and
yeah.
you just can't get to everyone, and it makes me feel so bad.
I feel like
So I
with
really do want to answer people. I really do want to be able to interact, but
yeah,
it gets so overwhelming, and I can't do. I can't make my videos and
yeah,
edit videos if I do that. I got to kind of choose. Do I edit a video or do I interact socially? On my Facebook page or my Patreon page or YouTube, and it's a really tough thing. It
yeah.
really is. It's a time. It's a big time issue for me.
I mean,
Of
when
course, I go to
it's
bed as soon as it gets dark too, so that kind of
yeah.
hurts a lot too.
I mean, when it's like 12 o'clock at night and you wake up because someone sends you a message saying, "Hey, Merry Christmas." It's like, do I really want to respond right now?
Yeah, no, no. See, that
Yeah,
never happens with me because I don't. I turn everything off, phones, everything gone when it gets dark, pretty much.
yeah.
Like that's why it took us so long to get together here. Because this is late for me.
Ah,
You know what I mean?
wait,
It was almost 9 o'clock. I mean, I'm normally in bed by now, so
yeah.
like
Where
trying to stay up.
do you live in the USA?
Sometimes, yeah, of course I do.
Okay.
I live in Maryland.
Oh,
Not that
okay.
far. Yeah, I'm not that far from you.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah.
Why don't you come up to
I
Detector
didn't know you thought it
Friends?
was like a suave European. I need to
Yeah.
write a button this up, maybe.
I mean, you're out
Yeah,
there quite a bit.
yeah. I do get to travel some, but
Yeah.
yeah, no. I grew up in West Virginia.
Ah.
I live in Maryland, very close, not far from where I grew up. 20 miles max, 15 miles, and not too far. I'm about an hour west of Washington D.C.
Ah.
They're kind of out in Western Maryland.
Yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, it's good. It's very a lot of Civil War activity here. Good area to be in.
Yeah. Fun
Yeah.
fact. The Maryland is the place where the United States, well, you know what martial law in the United States is, right? Maryland is the only state to have a statewide martial law, and it happened during the Civil War because Maryland was part of the USA, but it was a slave state, and the USA didn't want to risk having its capital encircled. So they're like, what's the best choice of movement here? Martial law. You know,
Yeah,
they didn't
and
want to.
it's very true because Maryland was sliding toward the Confederacy, joining the Confederacy, which would have encircled
The capital.
Washington. So they declared martial law and basically locked everyone up that
Yeah.
didn't like it. All the politicians.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's true story. You're right.
So, um, do you do scuba diving, snorkel, or both?
Both.
You do both?
I do both. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I learned how to scuba dive just so I could go retrieve treasure.
Oh.
But yeah, I do. Yeah, I don't scuba as much as I could. But if I have just any place I need to go that I can't get to, like with snorkeling, I scuba. And I got 2 tanks in my truck, all my gear right now.
Yeah.
I'm ready to go just like that. Even though there's ice on the river,
Yeah.
you never know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have like one of those incidents where it's like you're doing a magic trick in like a frozen river, and then the river freezes over on you. And it's like, oh no.
Yeah, that would be bad.
Yeah.
I have been in frozen rivers, and it's not fun. In a
Yeah.
wetsuit, which is even less fun. I have a dry suit now,
Ugh.
so dry suits are a lot better. But
Yeah.
still, that cold water, I don't like it.
When whenever we have to go out in like the bay, and for some reason the bay freezes over sometimes.
Hmm.
Whenever we do that, we go out in what's it called? Waders.
Hmm.
And did it freeze up? Mom said it froze. Okay, it's still gone. So what happened was it was like all frozen. We're out there, and my legs were cold because
Hmm.
it's cold water.
Oh yeah, yeah.
So do you hold on? Do you detect while you're scuba diving and snorkeling?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I do just scuba and look. But yeah, I have a detectors that I use.
Ah,
Yeah.
me and my dad when we go out like in the water, we'll just like go out up to our heads with a scuba. You
Hmm.
just keep walking out.
Yeah, that's the beauty of it, and it's a lot easier too when you're in the water because you don't have to worry about trying to stay above and you know because when you're trying to retrieve a target that's more than waist deep, I mean it takes effort because you have to hold your breath, go under, back, and it's hard work. Scuba tank, you just lay on the bottom and just like, I'll get it, eventually. So, yeah.
Um, yeah. So we have two things. One, people are asking if there'll be a second season of River Hunters.
Well, we're working on it. We're working on it. So
Oh,
hopefully yes. I won't know for a while yet, but hopefully yes. This coming year.
yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And the second thing is giveaway, cause now we have four giveaways we can do. We're gonna do one right at the end. It's the half gram of gold. Well, right now we're giving away the pointer, as you can see. Thank you. Compliments of the XP Team USA. Sorry if I say this name wrong. Mark Martinek or Martino. That's probably what it is. Mark Martino. Never mind. So, Mark Martino, are you here? Oh, it might be Mark Martinek. That Martinek. I don't know if it's Martinek or Martino, but okay, it's Martinek. So, Mark Martinek, are you here?
I want to see
Um,
the gold bar. Do you have the gold
do
bar?
we have the gold bar with us right now?
Should be teasing people with it right now, holding it up. You
Yeah,
know.
it's in the box over that way. Huh? Yeah, it's behind the green screen. Never mind. So yeah, Mark Martinek, are you here? Stretch. Yeah. So we're gonna go on with the interview. I can't believe we went through like 30 questions already. We have
Yeah,
like a
there's no
few.
way. Have you?
Oh, he's here. Congratulations, Mark Martinek. Martinek, get your information out to us and we will send it out to you. thanks again, XP Team USA, for the pinpointer. Just remember, at the end, we're giving away that gold bar. Let's see, we have like 4 more questions left. Well, no, 3. We have 178 live viewers right now. That's a lot. No wonder the computer's failing. Um, the next minute is gonna be blowing smoke.
They want that gold bar, is what it is.
Yeah. So, do you have any events you're gonna be going to next year?
Yeah, I should have quite a few, but the problem I'm having is with the potential shows that I'm doing, I can't plan anything right
Yeah.
now. So I can't commit to anything. But I'll go to as many as I can.
Yeah. How about the events you went to this year? What events did you go
Mhm.
to?
That was a year. That's like a year ago, dude. it's, it's past. Oh no, I went to the Detectable
Yeah, we
over
saw you
there.
there.
Yeah, and from there, Garrett actually sent me down to Australia,
Ah,
and I spent about almost 3 weeks down there.
yeah,
There's a big the metal detecting grand championship event down there, which was an absolute blast, and I hope they do it again. Um, and then I went out, detecting, looking for gold and relics and stuff with the Garrett Australia, I guess is what that group down there.
yeah,
Um, and see, that was a big thing I did. That took a long time, and I did a lot of some other events. I think I went to the bone hunt up
yeah,
in New Hampshire, and
yeah,
that was a lot of fun. That was in the spring, of course. And I did a couple other events. Oh, yeah, hoser event to Canada to do the one on the
Radio
beach there.
World?
Yeah, Radio World. Yeah, I did
Yeah,
that. That was a blast. And then I continued north and did some videos hunting for silver and other things up there.
yeah,
There's probably
nice.
one or two others. I just I'm old. I can't
Yeah,
remember. It's late. I mean, it's 9 o'clock, man. I
yeah,
should have been sleeping hours ago.
yeah. We have a few more questions after this. I mean,
No worries, seriously, no worries.
what did I do this year? I went to first event of the year for me was the penguin dig up in
Mm.
what's it called? Massachusetts. And let me just say, thank goodness they had hot chocolate.
Is it cold?
Yes. And not only it wasn't really the fact that it was cold out because it was, but the fact that it was also windy and we were right
Oh
next to
yeah,
the water.
yeah. It makes it that chills you to the bone.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So I'm out there in layers and I'm still going freezing. And then they come over with big chugs of hot chocolate. I'm like this, take the jug, you
Yeah,
know?
pretty much. I
Yeah.
know that feeling.
And after that we went to Detect the Ball, which was later in the year.
Yeah,
I'll
that
tell
was
you.
fun. I enjoyed that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the first time I ever saw the sun set and then rise. I was because we were going from the USA to the
Oh,
UK.
yeah,
We were on the plane, still waiting to set off when the sun sets. We're going over. We're right near Ireland, and I see just I'm like just about to fall asleep finally during the 8-hour ride when all of a
yeah,
sudden a gleam of light hits me right in the eye. And I'm like this, what the heck? Who turned on their light? And
yeah.
I look and the sun's starting to set. I'm like rise. I'm like,
All right.
you know,
Yeah, that's a hard trip going that way. The
yeah,
jet lag. For me, with the jet lag going that way, it's really tough.
yeah,
Coming back not so bad, but
yeah. I didn't sleep for a while.
yeah, yeah,
Let's see. I was awake for the entire American day. Got on the plane, went over to the UK, and I was awake for the entire English day.
yeah. That's tough. It is.
Yeah. So, anyways, then after that I went up to Pound the Ground, which was a bit closer.
Yeah, yeah. I missed that one, unfortunately.
Yeah. And then I went to the DSJ, dig in South Jersey.
Mm. You have fun
And
there?
yeah, I had fun.
Did you? Good, good.
Yeah. And then after that we just kind of settled down.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you have any advice for beginners to the hobby?
Be patient.
Patience, yes.
Be patient, and just keep going.
Yeah.
Don't get frustrated. Don't get frustrated. I know that's tough. And just watch my videos.
Speaking of it,
Actually, it is helpful to watch YouTube videos,
yeah,
especially the ones that where they kind of explain what they're doing. That can mean a lot because like when I first started detecting, you had to kind of learn on your own if you didn't happen to have somebody who was willing to teach you. But nowadays, you can go on YouTube and actually learn a lot before you
yeah,
even buy a detector,
yeah.
which is nice.
And speaking of YouTube, watch make sure you go check out Digging Adventures YouTube channel. Um, that's our channel. We have videos on detecting, like one of our videos. If you have the Equinox and you still can't manage how to hook up the headphones, we have a video on that.
Yeah, and I think it's great. That's something that you can do that on YouTube, and
Yeah,
you can put those videos and people can learn pretty easily.
yeah,
And I think they just need to be aware that that information is out there
yeah,
to make it easier for the new guys, just starting.
yeah. If you want to know how to make your Equinox float, we have a video for that. Yeah. So we're gonna do our final giveaway. We are going to give away the half-gram of gold. It's a half-gram gold bar. Yeah. So gonna take the bucket.
Where is it?
Hmm.
Where is the half-gram gold bar?
Yeah.
I want to see it.
Um. Huh? Do you want us to show it to you?
Of course,
Yeah.
you should be showing
My
it.
dad's gonna go get it real quick.
Yeah, yeah, we can chat amongst
Yeah,
ourselves.
we can chat.
Yeah, why not?
We have a lot of
You
new
haven't asked you
names.
haven't asked me the really hard question yet. You said you had one really hard question.
Oh yeah.
Yeah,
I
so
remember I had
what's
to erase that
that?
earlier. The really hard question.
Awesome.
Wait, you're seeing out of a camera over here. Everyone else is seeing out of a camera over here. So here's for the people. Here's for you.
Okay. Well, I appreciate
Jeremiah
that.
Bows.
Oh, yeah, I know him.
I sadly don't.
Oh no, he's a good guy. He's awesome. He's an awesome,
Yeah.
awesome guy.
Is there anything else you want to talk about before we wrap up the show?
No, I mean, I don't know. I don't think so.
And get out and have a digging adventure. Roll the credits.
She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She don't care if you're dying or if you're living or somewhere in between. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby, and I'll rock you until I go to sleep. She'll shake the coins from your pocket, take your gold chain and your locket. Mother Earth has no sympathy. She'll take the ring from your hand and bury it in the sand and keep it for eternity. Mother Earth, she's got her secrets she's promised to keep, hidden in her dirt or deep in her creek. Mother Earth, she ain't saying exactly what she's saving, where it is or what it might be. Mother Earth, you are my lady, my big round baby. I'll rock you until I